Week 2 starts today. Today being Tuesday. I'm gonna look up what is on the calendar. Now remember, if you watched last week, I switched to a different training program because, well, it turned out that I couldn't use a coached program because I chose the wrong coach. It was a walk-run program, and I wanted to do just a run program. And when I chose to do another coach program, it like pushed me long way. It pushed me like 3 weeks out from the half. So I'm just doing a self-guided tonight. It's raining out. Bummer. Tonight is a run, easy pace, 30 minutes, cool down 5 to 10 minutes, and then stretch. All right, so that's like a 4-mile run. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is cross training 4 minutes. I'm going to try to get on the bike. It depends on what time I get my tush out of bed in the morning. Thursday is walk brisk pace 10 minutes. Easy run 20, cool down 5 to 10. I'm not sure about that walk. That might have to change. Friday, optional rest day. Saturday is my long run. And that's a walk at a brisk pace for 15 minutes, run easy pace 30 minutes, cool down 5 to 10. And then Sunday, it has me doing a rest day. All right, so I got 3 runs, 2 workouts this week. I'm trying to convince myself this is the right thing to do. It's raining, I'm out of shape, it's dark, I'm exhausted, and I'm overdressed. That's the raining, dark, exhausted, overdressed. Is that the quadfecta? You know what they say about running, right? Or you know what they say about regretting running? The only runs that you regret, the ones you don't do. I don't regret what I just did. However, I would have hated myself if I didn't do it. I have my wife to thank for this one, for basically pushing me out the door. Thanks. All right, so quick break. I did a great run last night, but I wanted to make a quick comment on the Garmin training plan because I'm finding it motivating. I'm finding it helpful. I'm finding it insightful, super useful. It's got me to start running consistently again, which is exactly what I needed. But I'm finding like a couple, or at least one huge issue. Now, the plan that I'm using has me running 3 times a week, which is not a lot. It's the beginning of the training cycle, so I'm assuming that it's going to be building up. But it has me running those 3 times a week, but on the alternate days, it gives me an optional rest day. It's telling me to do some cross training. It's telling me to do some yoga, swimming, what have you. And here's what I'm finding, and I want to show you what it looks like on the computer. So see, here's the runs that I'm doing, the runs that I've done. See these purple. See, it says cross train. Today is December 7th. I'm supposed to be cross training for 40 minutes with an optional rest day. Thursday is an easy run. And then Friday is optional rest, yoga. Saturday's my long run. So if I so that's great. But if I go to my phone, so like the only place I can find this is on my computer. And I find that really frustrating. The other place that it should be is on my watch. You figure if I go into my watch and I look at strength training, it should say, do you want to do today's workout? And it doesn't. It's not on my watch. It's not on my phone. I got to go to my computer. I know it's not that big a deal, but it's frustrating. Garmin, I'm paying how much money for these watches? Please fix that. Okay, back to my training. See, this is how I know that I'm in full training mode at this point because it's 5:30 a.m. on a Friday. At least it's not the weekend. It's about 35 degrees. And I'm about to go for a run. You can see that I was out pretty early this morning and doing my run. And I was talking to my wife when I came back because she's also a runner and she used to go super early in the morning, but she doesn't have to do that anymore. So she runs a little bit later in the day with a friend of hers in Central Park. And she was saying, well, why don't you run in Central Park when you go out in the morning? It's not so safe to go down by the river. And I'm thinking, my philosophy has always been like, look, I do live in New York. You need to be aware of your surroundings. You need to be wary of what's going on, and you just need to be smart. But I'm also a man, so it's different for me. There's things that I need to worry about, but not as much as my wife does or female runners. So there's two reasons why I want to go to Riverside. Right now, first and foremost, it's flat. And I'm at a point in my running where I need it to just be flat. Like I'm just working on getting my body used to being on the road for any period of time, including, 3 miles at a time. Getting to and from Central Park takes a little bit of time, right? It's a half mile from my apartment. So if I'm running a half mile there and a half mile back, that could potentially be up to a third of my run. The other thing is Central Park is hilly. And I'm at a point, like I said, where I need it to be flat just so I can get my body used to getting up, getting out, and getting on the road. You'll see that from the relives that I put in these videos that as I move further and further into the training season, that my runs are going to go from Riverside over to Central Park, and they will almost all exclusively be in Central Park, probably when I get back from vacation this winter. Hopefully, but that remains to be seen. Anyway, I do have one more run this week. I am going to do that in Central Park. So that's going to look like